data models and Power Query help us to deal with that is large set of data. Okay, it can be that is 50,000 that is files, all 50,000 million that is entries. Okay, good. Now let's come now to that is to our practical. So I've given you the importance of Power Query. You can even maybe that is go online and see more uses of what Power Query and data models in what in Excel. Okay, also data, let's assume maybe you usually receive that is you usually receive data on daily basis, and data with what, and data with the same data format. Okay, you are receiving data on daily basis or on hourly basis with the same that is data what data format. Okay, then you are told to build what, to build reports out of what, out of those data sets. And these reports you should be doing them maybe on hourly interval or on daily basis. Okay, nice. So of course now this becomes what, a repetitive task. Okay, it becomes a repetitive task, but now you can't keep on doing the same that is the same work every time. Okay, so now you might decide, what if maybe I automate that is the reports. Yeah, I can do the analysis. If maybe I'm doing the analysis in Excel, that's okay. I can also do the analysis on what, on Power BI. Okay, so with that you will definitely come now with automation, whereby you will take, maybe you link that is or you use your email as what, as your source of data. Okay, you can use, we have very many that is uh, applications. Okay, more so we have data apps. Okay, like, or Power, or be like, for example, Power Automate. It's a Microsoft app. Okay, that can help us now to automate that. That is, it will take your data from what, from email. Now let's talk, we are talking about the Power Automate will take your data from emails. Okay, then it will store it in what, in a file or in a folder, provided your data is what, it's coming in your what, in the same format. Okay, now emails get into your that is inbox. Okay, then Power Automate takes that data set to a certain what, to a certain folder. Okay, then you use this folder as your data source. You can use this folder as your data source. Okay, then after using this folder as your data source, you can now connect it. Maybe you can create a dashboard. Okay, in what, Power BI. You can use a Power BI, Power BI dashboard. Okay, then under this Power BI dashboard, you can now set some that is some, or you can do some configuration in that. Maybe let's assume this the emails or the data is always sent maybe at 10 that is AM. Okay, in your emails. Okay, then it will be stored on the folder immediately. Okay, then we have now the data source. You are connected to Power BI, whereby Power BI it's like a reporting tool. Okay, you've already drawn the graphs, you've done the dashboard. So what now can you do? Remember that in Power BI you can configure. Okay, you can configure that is that is your dashboard to be refreshing itself and sending maybe the reports to the management, okay, by itself. So with that, you can schedule a refresh time, okay, and you can as well schedule report send, like send report at a specific time. Like for example, if the data is coming in 10, you can say 10:10, that is 10 or 10:20, okay, the data or the Power BI reports to refresh itself, okay. Then 10:40, now the Power BI to do what? To share that is the reports, or send the reports to the that is to the emails of the that is to the stakeholders who you want to share the data with. Okay, so with this you can see you will just do this work like it will be like a one-time work. Okay, why? Because you have automated all your that is all your processes. So your work will be, in case maybe the reports doesn't come, or maybe the emails change the all the data set change the format, then you will have to reconfigure what? The format. Okay, yes, but don't worry. So with this, you have done what? You have done you have automated your data. Okay? So in our practical today, we are going to assume our data is in what? Is in one folder. Okay? Then we can use Power Query and data model to configure what? To configure our that is our analysis in what? In Excel. And then after that, we will be able to do what? To that is to set that is some reports, and then we will have automated our processes. Okay, let me just jump to the practical, okay, session. I was just explaining and maybe the objective of Power Query. I know if you have downloaded the data, okay, if you have downloaded the data, this is the data set, I guess so, which you have downloaded. You can just extract the files. Okay, go to extract. Okay, go to extract files. Maybe then you can use just this. Okay, you can use the maybe to extract on the same what? On the same page. Okay, maybe for my case I can decide to that is to store it in in the desktop or in desktop. So we have maybe let me say it's Power Query lesson. Power Query lesson. Okay, so I'm going to take now these data sets. Okay, just take the that is 2017 to 2019 data set. Okay, just take 2017 to 20 what? To 2019. Okay, then I want to save it separately. You can as well save it separately. Okay, so I won't take for that is the data for 2020. Why? I'm assuming now this is the data I will receive tomorrow. Okay, I'm assuming for today I have 2017, 2018 and 2019 data set. Okay, so it is my assumption that is tomorrow from my email I will get the 2020 what? Order data. Okay, nice. Now let's go and explore that is our data set. Just open that is the 2017 data set. Just open that is 2017 data set. So basically this data, okay, this data it's a data for cookies. Okay, let's assume I'm working or I have that is a cookies outlet. Okay, you can order cookies that is online and then have it delivered to your what? To your workplace, or to where you are, okay, to your physical location. All right, it's like Jumia. It's like Jumia. Jumia, you can order things online and have them delivered to you. Okay. Also, we have Jumia Food. Okay. Jumia Food meaning like Glovo. It works like Glovo. You can order food from any that is outlet or restaurant and have it delivered to your what, to your workplace. Okay, so basically this is that is the order data. Okay, that is the customers, how the customers ordered the data in 20 what, in 20 that is 17. Okay, so in this data, you can see we have what? We have how many columns? We have 8 columns. That is the order ID column, customer ID column, cookie shipped, okay, revenue generated, cost incurred, date, that is order date, shipment date, and then order status. Is it shipped or waiting maybe for delivery, or it's yet not to be shipped? Okay. Now the first thing is to make sure we have what we do, what we call data cleaning. Okay, and you can see this kind of data we are having like in 2017 we are having just a sample data of 817 what, 817 orders. Okay, so with that we'll have to clean our data. Okay, so how do we do that? You can start by inserting a filter, okay, on the label row or on the title row. Okay, then you can do what, insert that is a filter either from this point or from home, where whichever maybe will be easy for you. So insert filters. Okay, so once you insert filters, we have order ID. We'll start with order ID to check what we have in order ID. But once I go in order ID, I can see we have what? Some XX. Then what is this XX? Okay, I don't know what this XX is. Okay, so if maybe I can try to just check the XX only, and you can see, and that is the customer ID XXX is the promo code. Okay, we have a promo that is a promotion. Okay, like you might find we have maybe a certain outlet has a promotion that is buy one chips, okay, and get an additional chips. Okay, or buy one chips and get one that is chicken wing. Okay, yes. So, but what that is the data maybe which we can get from this promo code is just to see maybe the that is the cost of the promo code, and then the revenue that is the revenue generated out of what? Out of the that is the promo code. Okay, but in terms of customer, we can't do what? We can't identify which customer was given what promo code. Okay, that is promo. So with this, in this case, or that is in regards to my objective. Okay, I won't be able to do what? I won't be able or I won't use this data. So for my case, I can just decide to delete what? To delete the promo related what? Related data. Okay, good. Now let's move. Okay, okay, good. Now let's continue. We have also another thing here. So for column A, we are good. It's clean. Okay. For column B, no that is no blank, or no maybe in any inconsistency. Okay, for the shift cookies, but you can see we have a problem under what? Under the customer ID. Why? Customer ID is combining the customer ID and the restaurant where maybe they ordered. Okay, so in this case we might decide to do what? We might decide to separate these two. Okay, no problem. I will show you how we can separate that. Then we have cookies shipped. Okay, so under cookies shipped, no, also no blank, and therefore we have a consistent and complete data. Okay, then for revenue also complete and consistent. Okay, the cost can check, no blanks, its meaning is complete and also consistent. In order ID, yes, we can see we have all the 12 months in what? In 2017. So our data, we can say it is complete. For shipment date, okay, you can see we have part of 2018 up here. Okay, you can see we have part of 2018. So if you don't want this 2018 data, you can as well remove it from what? From this. Because why? Because we only need 20 what? 2017. But that's now when, if you want maybe the data of 20 or of the number of shipment in what? In 2017. Okay, but for my case, or of the objective of my analysis, I'm not considering the ship date, so I can still keep it here. Okay, then we have the order status. All these orders were what? Were shipped. Okay, yes, good. Meaning now all these columns are good. From C to what? To H. All good. But for B, we need to separate what? We will need to separate the customer ID and the restaurant that they do what? They ordered the food. So to do so, we are going to insert, that is a new column here. You can insert a new column. Now this new column is the I want just to separate what? I want to separate the customer ID and the restaurant. Okay, so in that case, this will be what? The name of restaurant, and this will remain the what? The customer ID. So to do so, you can just highlight the data. Okay, just highlight the data, then go to data. We have the option, you highlight the data, then go to the data table, and at the data table you'll see that is an icon. Okay, that is text to column. Okay, and what is the function of this tool or this feature? Is that it splits a single column of text into multiple what? Into multiple columns. So we are going to now separate this column into two what? Into two columns. Okay, so we'll go to data, then text to columns. Okay, then under text to columns, you can either go to delimited. Okay, you can do delimited. Why? Why have we taken delimited? Because under delimited, we have characters such as commas or tabs separating each field. Okay, and you can see in our data, we have an hyphen. Okay, we have an hyphen, and hyphen is a character which is separating what? Which we'll use to separate these two columns. Okay, it can be also a space between what? Between the customer ID and what? And the restaurant. So with us, we'll go with delimited, then you'll click next. Okay, once you click next, then you will have to choose the that is the delimiter. Okay, delimiter, what is being used to separate what? that is all to act as a separator or delimiter between what? Between the customer ID and the restaurant. Okay, so with that, we can say it's not a tab. Okay, it's not a semicolon, it's not a comma, it's not a space, but for our case, it's other. And what is that other? Now you have to type, do what? You have to type an hyphen. Okay, so you can see once I type hyphen here, you'll see a line separating under that is under the data preview. You'll see a line separating, that is the customer ID, that is the numbers, and the restaurant, maybe they place that order. Okay, so you can see hyphen. I'm now inserting an hyphen here. That's, you can see now we have like two columns here. Okay, now once you see that separation or the two columns under the data preview, then you'll have to go to next, and then you will have to finish your what? Your operation. And with that you can see now, okay, and with that you can see now we have separated the what? The customer ID and the what? That is the outlet. Let me call it outlet. Okay, and the maybe the outlet. So in terms of outlet, now you can see we have what? We have all now the all that is all the restaurants. Okay, you can now see all the restaurants. And with that, now my objective, okay, my objective will be, okay, my objective will be to see maybe which is the most preferred, that is which is the most preferred what? Restaurant. Or I will want to know if maybe we have three, let's assume we have been three restaurants. We have YT restaurant, we have Quick Bite convenience stores, and we have Cascade Grovers. Okay, so assuming we only have only those three what? Only those three outlets. I will want now to do an analysis to know which that is which is the favorite, that is outlet, okay, or customers favorite outlet when it comes to now the that is orders. Okay, so with this also I will try to check how many orders maybe each restaurant received in what? In 2017, 2018, and maybe 2020. Okay, that is my objective. So with that, now I have cleaned all this data. So meaning 2017, okay, 2017 order data is clean. Nice. Now we are going to repeat the same process, okay? We are going to repeat the same process for that is order data 2018 and also 2019, okay? Because the data it's almost the same, okay? The data it's almost the same, and we are having the same what? We are having the same format. So no worries, or it will be okay with me now to do what? To do now the cleaning, that is a little bit faster. Why? Because we've already illustrated using the first data set. So with that, I'm going to that is to insert that is a filter. Okay, then I will filter out the promos. I'm not interested with the promos, so I'm going to delete the promos for now. Okay, if you want maybe to keep it, you can keep it as well. Okay, no but for my case I want just to use what? To use the order data only. So again you will check if the other columns have any data quality issue. Okay, so we are doing what we call data, that is a quality assessment to check the completeness of the data and also consistency of the data. You can also check that is the relevance of the data that is on the same. Okay, so for this you can see we have no data issues. Okay, no space, no blank spaces, and that is no weird values. Okay, also I can say we don't have that is outlier. Okay, but column B still needs to be what? Still needs to be separated. Why? Because the customer ID that is it is attached or combined with what? With the that is the name of restaurant. So with that, I'm just going to highlight on the data. Okay. Then I will go to the data. That is, remember first of all to insert the column which you want now. That is your second data to do what? To be. Okay. Yeah. So if maybe you want to separate it more than all more than three or into three columns, then you'll have to add another two columns. Okay. Yes, so with that, you can see we need now the customer to separate the customer ID and the what and the name of the restaurant. So you'll go to data as we have done data. Then under data, you'll go to text to columns. Okay. Then delimited as we have said. Then you click next. Under delimited, you can see we have our delimiter, false and other. So with that, we are going to use also hyphen. Once we insert hyphen, you can still see what? You can see it is separated. Then you go next and then you finish. Once you finish now, your data will be what? Will be clean. And then we have outlet. Okay. Now for the inserted columns, okay, make sure you have named them in the same what? In the same way. If maybe the title name has started with capital or that is capital O, okay, then we also need to do what? We will also need to use capital O. Okay, we also need to start with capital O. Okay, with that, I will also have to confirm if we used capital O under what? And that is 2017 data. Yes, I used capital O. Good. Now we need also to clean 2019 datasets. Okay. And you can see in all these datasets, we are achieving the same data format. Okay. We are achieving the same data format. We have not added any maybe like all the number of columns which we have, they are the same. They are named in the same way. Okay, they are named the same. So that is you can see we have consistency. All the data is in the same what? Is in the same format. Good. Let's now go to the 2019 dataset. We are also going to use the same that is process as we've done for 2017 and 2018. And the first thing is to clear what? It's to clear the promo data. Then after that, I will have to go and check the completeness of the data or in the other variables. So here you can see the data is complete, but still we have the problem of that is combining customer ID and the restaurant. Okay. Then in terms of that is the cookies ordered or shipped, it's also complete. You can see it's complete. Okay, no blanks. For this one, it's also complete. No blanks. Okay. For this one, it's also complete. I guess so. No blanks. For order date, it's still complete. For shipping ship date, also complete. Then for order status, it's also complete. So now we have to clean the data under column B. So to do that, we'll have to insert one column because we are separating twice or into two. Okay, so highlight the column which you want to do what? To separate. Go to data. Then we want to separate text to columns. Okay, then after that we are going to click now the delimited. Okay, we want to the delimited, then go to next. Of course, it's not separated by semicolon, not comma, not space, but we have other. And what is that other? It is what? Hyphen. Okay, then after that you'll just click next, and then here you go. Now you have separated what? You have separated that is the two columns. Okay, then after that you rename your data, save, and do what? And close it. So in this data you can see we have that is two or three data sets. So what I'm going to do is now, since we have a unique or a primary key column in every day, or in every data, sorry, like we have the customer ID. Customer ID, it's a unique identifier. Okay, so we are going to use that is the customer ID to do what? To connect, or to combine the three what? The three data sets. And we'll be able now to do analysis of the three data set under what? Under the same worksheet or workbook. Okay, nice. Let me just open that is an Excel workbook anywhere. Okay, I just want to open an Excel workbook anywhere. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want now to retrieve or to query, okay, to query that data or to create a connection of the data in that folder to this what? To this Excel spreadsheet. Okay, now under this Excel spreadsheet, I'm now going to use what we call data model and Power Query to do what? And Power Query to that is to do analysis. Okay, all to do my analysis. How are we going to do that? That's the next thing now. Okay, and I hope we are together up to that point. In case maybe we are not, please unmute your mic and tell me where we've maybe you lost me. Hello, Eddie and Mercy. Are we all good? Any question up to that point? Have you understood all those steps? Okay, Eddie is very okay. What about Mercy? Okay, good. Okay, good. Now let's continue. So with that, now let's now continue. So with that, now we want to create a connection from that folder, okay, to what? To this workbook. Okay. So to do so, we are going maybe that is to data. Okay, we will go to data, and then under data, you'll see this icon, get data. Okay, from this data icon, you will see get data that is icon. Okay, you can also get data from web. Okay, or from any data source you want. Okay, so you can see we have very many data sources, okay, in this. All right, in this. Okay, good. Just a minute, I want. Okay, then go to that is a file. Okay, so we have, you can get data. Now under data you can either get the data from file, okay, and from file you can get it from a workbook. Okay, like this workbook, you just need to retrieve data. Okay, then you can get the data from text, you can get the data from Excel, okay, you can get data from JSON, also a PDF, okay, from from a folder. Like in our case, we'll be getting the data from what? From the folder. Okay. You can also get the data from that is from the SharePoint. Okay. We can also get the data from the that is from the SharePoint. You can also get data from databases. Like I had said, we can get the data from SQL. Okay, you can get data from Oracle database, IBM databases, MySQL databases, Postgre, SQL, and very many other databases. You can also get the data from Azure, all these can get it from the clouds, you can get it from online services and other sources. Okay, but in our case, we want to focus on getting the data from what? From our folder. Okay, so I'm going to click what? Folder. Okay, I'm going to click on folder, give it some time to load. I'll get the data from a folder. Okay, so once you save from a folder, it will give you this pop-up window. Okay, now you will have to go where you have what? You have stored your data. Okay, for my case, I've stored the data under what? Under desktop, then query. Okay, once I now click query, I will just open. You will click query and open. Once you open, it will load the data, or it will load all the that is the files, okay, and also it will create a folder path. Okay, so this is the directory which will that is the data will source, or our analysis will source. Okay, so whenever we add any data with the same format under this folder, then it will be automatically that is updated. Once we refresh, it will be automatically that is updated. Okay, so with this we have all this. Now what we need is now to do what? Either to combine, or load, or transform. Okay, in case you need to do some edits, if you need to add some columns, okay, you can do what? You can transform. Like for my case, I want to transform. Why? Because I also want to insert and calculate maybe the profits which maybe we got during that or with in those 3 years. Okay, I might also need now to divide my data into what? Into months, into that is into years, into months, into weeks. Okay, yes. So with that, I will first of all do what we call transform. So once you click transform, you will see a Power Query editor. Okay, this is what we call Power Query editor. Okay, so under Power Query editor, just a minute, there is a step which I missed. So let me repeat. Go to data, get data from file, then we need what? Folder. Once you click folder, you will go to the folder which has the data. Okay, then we have all this data. Okay, these are our data sets which we have. Okay, of course I've said I need what? To transform. Yeah, I guess we are good. I guess we are good. Now I will want to transform. Okay, that is the data. And to transform, you can either that is we okay, just a minute. No, we will have first of all to combine. Okay, before we can transform, we'll have to combine first. Go to data, get data, that is file. We need a folder, we need Power Query. Okay, open. We now need what? Combine. Now under combine, now we have what we call combine and transform. Okay, so we are going to choose now combine and transform. That is under combine. Yours may just bring you load and edit. Okay, yours can just bring you only that is can just bring only that is load and edit. Okay, you'll also choose load and edit. Then I will select the data table which I will use, then click OK. Okay, so once you click OK, now it will start now processing the queries. Okay, that is and also evaluate the query, and it will open now the data query. Okay, and this is the view which I needed. Why? Because you can see now under this data, it has combined 2017, 2018, and 2019 data sets. Like if you that is check this drop down, you can see we have 2018 and 2017, 2018 data set, but still we also have 2019 data set down here. It's just because it's that long, but we still have the data 19 that is a data set in there. Okay, now I want to insert a new column. Okay, to calculate now the what? The profits maybe this company got, all these outlets got. Okay, now to do that, I will have to insert a new column here, and then to calculate the profit, we already have the revenue and we have the costs. Okay, so it's like the income and the expense. Okay, so for us to get the profit, it will be revenue minus what? Minus the cost. Okay, so with that, we can insert a new column here. And to do that, you can just highlight maybe the column where you want to add the new column. Then I want add. You will now come here to add a column. Okay. Now, under adding the column, you can add maybe conditional column or custom column. Okay. For my case, I will need a custom column. Okay, for my need that is for my case, I will need a custom column. Why? Because I want to customize a formula. Okay, that will be in this that will calculate what I need. So to do that, I'm going to custom, that is to custom column. Then you can see you can now name the name of the column you need. Okay, I can say these are what? Profits, profit made. Okay, I can see this is This is the profit made. Then we have custom column formula. Okay. Then under custom column formula, under custom that is custom column formula, you will now put what you that is your form that is your formula. And my formula, I want revenue minus what? Cost. So you can see here we have the available what? We have the available columns. So I'm going to say equal to, okay, revenue. This is the revenue. I'll just double click the revenue. Then insert minus cost. So it will be revenue minus cost. You will get what? You will get the profit. Then click OK. Once you click OK, you can see we have now the column which has been inserted, which is a profit what? Which is a profit column. Okay, nice. As well, maybe you may decide now to to split the order date into maybe year, also that is into year, into that is months, and also into what? And also into weeks. So to do so, you can always add. We have here, and since this is a date, we have an that is a date here. Okay, so you can add a column out of what? Out of the date. And with that, what column do I need? I need the year. Okay, so I can decide to include the year. So I'll just click the year. Once I click the year, you can see it has separated the date. Okay, or it has retrieved the year from the date. If I want the month, I will also come to the order date, go to date, then I will go to what? To the month. Then I want that is the month. So once I click the month, you can see it has also given me the month. And from the order date, you can see this is 12, which is December. This is 12. Okay. Also, from the order date, I need what? I need the that is the you can also do quarter. Okay, you can do it quarterly, but for my case, I need it to be what? On a weekly basis. Okay, so I can also, or let me go with quarter. Okay, so with that, I will go with the quarter of the year. So with this, you can see December it's always on the what? On the fourth quarter. So that's why you can see we have now the quarter. So in this, I was just trying to show you that under now the Power Query editor, you can do what? You can do some transformations. Okay, you can do some transformation, and maybe to undo the transformations. Okay, to undo the transformations, you can that is either, like for example, I had inserted the what? The column for quarter. I can, once I click maybe this X, okay, I will have removed this column. Or I can just come here and right click and remove the column. Okay, or duplicate the column. So with this, you can either click this. Let me just click and see what will happen. Once I click this one, you can see it has removed what? It has removed the quarter, that is the quarterly data. Okay, that is all the quarter indication. So I can go back and what? Maybe redo the what? The quarter. Okay. Yes, that was just to show you different functionalities. So after this now, okay, after this, any question up to that point, by the way? Any question up to that point? Eddie, any question? Are we together? None, meaning we are doing good. Okay, so okay, so with that now, let's continue. So I will now need to do what? I will now need to load this data. Okay, so I'll come to that is home. On home, you can see we have here we have this arrow, either to load and that is close and load, okay, or to close and what? To close and load to. To close and load to. Okay. So in this case, let me click close and load to. Once you click that is load and close and load to, it will bring this pop-up window. Okay, and under this pop-up window, you might be now or you might decide either you want the table, you want maybe the pivot report, or you want pivot chart, or you only want to create what? A connection. Okay, so we have the first one. You can insert a pivot that is not a pivot but a table, meaning you'll have now all that data in combined form here. But what if maybe that data exceeds maybe 1 million, 1.04, okay? Or what if maybe the data it's almost that is 10 million, meaning it will be difficult, okay, it will be difficult to do what? It will be difficult to that is to paste that data in what? In this Excel form. Okay, so with that now you can just decide just to do what? To do a pivot table on this, meaning you are doing a pivot table retrieving the data from the what? From the folder, not from an Excel, or not from a combined Excel what? Excel sheet. Okay, meaning here Power Query Editor has helped us to do what? To merge the data and to do some transformation. You can also decide to create maybe only connection, meaning if you create a connection, it's like you are connecting what? Two data types, but you are not doing an analysis with it. Maybe for future what? Maybe for future that is query analysis. Okay, so with that we are only going to that is I will go with the create a pivot. So I will need a pivot report. Then under pivot report, I can choose the existing worksheet. I'll go with the existing worksheet, and then I will use this cell, either this or this, whichever you highlight. Okay. With that, I will also have to add this data to the data model. Yes, I'm going to add that is the data into the data model. Why? Because I will need this data, okay? Or I want this data. Once I paste a new data in that folder, I just refresh and the data will be updated in what? Will be updated in this file. Okay, so with that, I can just click that is this cell, then add to data model, then click OK. So it is saying we had a problem with the formula. Okay, yeah. So I guess it's because I choose, you can see here, I chose very many cells. Okay, so I'll just choose this one and then click OK. Once you click OK, you can see the data it's loading here. It's creating connection, queries and connections. Okay, so once you now put now the pivot table here, you can now create your reports. Okay, you can now create your reports. Like for example, I want to create that is see the cells, all the orders which were made by what? Which were made by these different what? These different outlets. Okay, so with this we have the outlets. Then under the outlets I need what? the total orders. Okay, I'll go to the order ID and put here, this is, sorry, that is the values in terms of count. No, I don't want the sum, but I need the total count. So because if I do sum, it will just I add the codes, okay, the order ID, but I need the count, meaning it will show me what, if possible, distinct count, but just need the count, because someone can have done what, can have ordered more than twice. So if I go with the distinct count, meaning it won't count anyone twice. Okay, so I'll just go with count, then click OK. So these are the total orders which were made. Okay, and I can filter that, or I can decide to put the years. Okay, let me put the year under what, under columns. Okay, once I put the year on the under the column, you can see, you will be able to see that in these grocery stores 2017 we only sold that is we only received 50 orders. 2018 we received 58 orders. 2019 we received 50 orders. Okay, and with that you can see that Cascade Glovers, okay, it's the most bought what, most bought that is outlet. Can see that is the how many orders it, because it has the highest what, the highest that is the highest orders. Okay, in fact in every year it has the order that is the highest orders. Okay, so with that you can check that. You can also check maybe the profits. That is, you can come to the values and see the profits. Okay, but I don't want to combine very many charts, and at the same, maybe I can remove that and maybe check now the what, check the profits. So when I want the profits, now I won't check on the count, I will add the total what, that is the total profit. So I will go with sum. Okay, so you'll just go with the sum. Okay, you'll just go with the sum. Why is not sum that is, or you can go with the average. Why is not picking? Just a minute, don't know why it is not picking. We can't summarize field because it is not supported by, okay, it is supported by text, because that is in our data models we did not choose the data type. Okay, so but we can still go and choose the data types. By the way, do you know that we can go to query connections? Okay, then go to our last query. Once you click here, double click there, you will retrieve your earlier what, you'll retrieve your earlier query. Okay, then we'll go to the profit column. Where is the profit column? Profit column is this one, and then we'll have now to change it. Okay, we'll have to change it from text to do what, to that is from text to values or whole numbers. So with that, you'll just right click on that column, then go to change type, then go to whole number. Okay, so we have changed this to what, to number, and then we can just load. Okay, once we come here, okay, it is loading, it is loading, it has loaded. Once you come back now to the pivot table, for us now to retrieve the pivot table, you can just click on the row labels, right click, then show the fields. When you show the fields, you will be able to see the fields here. Okay, and now we can do what, we can now do the profits, and you can see now the sum is automatically coming. Okay, you can see the sum it's automatically coming. So if the data is in US dollars, you can as well that is make your data to be what, to be in US dollars by what, by choosing now the currency. Okay, you click, maybe this is the sum of profit, yes, but we need now the number format. We need that data to be in what? In currency format. Okay. Under currency format, you can see you can now choose the symbols which you want. For me, I just want to go with the US dollar. Okay. Then click OK and click OK. And you can see now the data is what? Is in US dollars. Okay. So with that, you can now perform many what? Many analysis as you can. Okay. You can as well maybe add another pivot table here. So if you go to now the Power Query here, you'll just have to double click it. Okay. Then once you double click it, you'll go now to close and load. Okay. Or you can go to transform, add a column, or you can just navigate through, and with that now you can decide to do what? You can decide now to do more queries. Okay. You can also merge some queries. Okay. You can also append queries. You can go and maybe research more on this. Okay. And then after that, we also have transform. Under transform, what's new here? We can learn nothing much. We can learn. Under conditional, nothing we can learn. Okay. Home, nothing we can learn. Then we can now close and load. Okay. Then after that, you can now we want us to check. Okay. You can always now refresh. If you want to refresh, you'll just come here and refresh all. Okay. Your data will be refreshed. Okay. But now, what about now if we want to do what? We want to add this data. Okay. We want to add now the 2020 data. So I will just come here where we are, that is where we have the 2020 data. I will have to open this data, 2020 data, and make sure if it's not coming with the same format, okay, like the one we had, I will have also to do what? Cleaning. But if we have consistency in what? In terms of data format, then there is no need to do what? To add and remove other columns. So in case now this data is sent to me, I'll just come here, then click, that is clean it. I'll just come here, clean it. Let me go to that is I want to insert the filter. Then I'll check, do we have promo data? Yes, we have. I don't want that promo data. Okay. Then I will have to delete what? I'll have to delete that. Okay. Then highlight the data back. I can also come to, that is the customer ID. The data is complete. The customer shipped cookies. The data is also complete. The revenue data is also complete, meaning everyone paid. Also, we have the expense. Okay. These expenses might be delivery costs. Yeah, very many, that is costs. Then we have the order date. The order date is also complete. Then the ship date is not complete. And why is it not complete? You can see we have blanks. Why? Because the orders are yet to be what? To be shipped. Okay, they are still open. So with this, no, you have don't worry about anything, because now you can see how we have two statuses, shipped and open. So we'll just go with it that way. But remember, in column B, we have to separate what? That is the customer ID and the what? The the restaurant. So I'm going to insert a new column here. Then highlight this column, go to data, text to columns, delimited, next, no tab, no semicolon, no comma, no space, that is, but it's other. Then under other, I'll just use the hyphen which they used as our delimiter here. Then click OK, that is next, and then you finish. Once you finish, remember to name, okay, or to have the correct spelling as what you have in the other files. Why? Because if you spell this wrongly, then it won't connect with the what, with the data which we created a pivot table for. Okay, so with this, now our data is ready. You can save, then close. Okay, so in this data set, you can see we only have 2017, 2019, and that is 2017, 2018, and 2019. No 2020 data. But I want now to add the 2020 data. Okay. So with that, I'm just going to now copy this data. Okay. Then take it to the folder which I created the query from. I just paste it there. Once I paste it there, you can see it is even loading, meaning now it is still creating now the connection, and the connection has been what? Successfully, it has been successfully made. Okay, so you've successfully connected what? Connected that is the data, the four data, or the four workbooks. Okay, so with that, what now do we need? We only need to refresh. We only need to refresh this pivot table, and you'll see now that is the data for 2020 will populate in this column. Okay, so to refresh, I'll just select any one value here, then go to pivot table, analyze, and then you'll go to refresh. Okay, once we click refresh, we click refresh, that data will what? Will populate here. Okay, are we together up to that point before we can, that is, I can populate the data? Any question? Are you okay, Eddie? Are you okay, Mercy? Yes, I will do refresh. I just want to know if we are together. Are we together? Are we together, Mercy? Are we together? I can only see Eddie. We are together with Eddie. Okay, good. Let's now go and refresh. So once you go to pivot table, you can either choose refresh or refresh all. Okay, always go with the refresh all. Okay, so I'm going to refresh all. Give it some time, it's refreshing. You can see, boom, here it's what? 2020 data set. Here it's now the new data set, 2020 values. Here is the 2020 values. And imagine that's all about now Power Query and data models. Okay, you can now go and do more maybe analysis using that data set. You can redo that is the process once again. Okay, and see if you will achieve this one. Okay, I will share the record